My name is James and welcome to Mirror Domains, and this is a review for The Mandalorian Chapter 3, The Sin. Now, this is one of those episodes where there's something that happens in it that's going to make you go, yeah! I can't wait for you guys to experience it. Obviously, this is a spoiler review, so I'll touch on it when we get to the end of the episode. This one is going to make you go, this is cool. And just reflecting on it now after I just watched it, it's really clear that this is only I think it's 8 episodes, but it really feels like the first 3 episodes established the universe, let us taste a little bit of it, and now gives us the bulk of what the story, what the season is going to be about. And it's going to be kind of interesting. They did some good things in this episode. A lot of good things. A lot of questions that I had in my mind with what's going on in this universe right now. So they did a really good job of explaining that, yes, this happens after the fall of the Empire. Even though that we see stormtroopers. They talk about that with Werner Herzog's character. The only thing that they're listing him as is as the client. I'm guessing that this is probably going to be the last episode we see him in. Maybe later on we'll see a flash of him. But the episode starts with him bringing back the bounty of the Yoda baby. Everybody's calling him the Yoda baby. And oh god, he's a cute little guy, isn't he? The reports is that Disney's trying to get these toys out for Christmas because everybody is in love with the Yoda baby. He's just a cute little guy, and the effects on him are first rate. I hear that it is actually a puppet, but they do use a little bit of CG to make the eyes look a little bit better. And of course, he's CG when he's moving around and stuff, on his own. I just felt like, when he was turning him in, he's not going to let him just get killed. I felt like, for the most part, he turns it in, and he gets this big stack of metal to make his armor. And I thought it was 8 stacks at first, but it was double. It was double wide. And then he starts asking about, well, what are you going to do with it? And the client, Werner Herzog, is like, why are you asking that? That's not against the code. I suggest you take your bounty and leave now. And that's just good acting too. It's good writing. So he does. He takes it and he goes to his. It's not his family. It's his cult, right? The Mandalorians. I'm gonna have to think of a better name for them. But he brings in the armor, and she's like, "Okay, well, we can make a thing for you to." Like your chest plate, and we can give you some weapons, but it's going to, really draw people's attention. He gets in a fight with a big guy, and you can see that they're part of a unit. The Mandalorians, they all share a bond, and it seems like the bond is that they're survivors from this purge that happened. The rumors are that the Empire did wipe out the Mandalorians, so they've kind of had to seek refuge, right? So there's like a small band of them now. Yeah, a small band of them, and they all kind of help each other. You get in arguments every now and then, but for the most part, they're there to help each other and just try to survive and carry on their legacy. And he gets the chest plate. It looks beautiful, guys. It looks great. And I'm thinking about it now in hindsight here. All these pictures that we've seen, I guess I never really paid that much attention to his armor. His armor is evolving, and that's cool. He's earning the right to have all of the Mandalorian armor piece by piece, and that is a really, really smart idea by Favreau. That's going to be cool because we can look forward to him now getting parts of his armor now. And there's even a scene towards the end where we get to see one of his band members flying, and he's like, I got to get me one of those. And you're like, yeah, you need one of those. So he gets his bounty, he gets his armor, he gets his prize. He goes back to Carl Weathers, Grief Karga. Grief Karga is Carl Weathers. I'm going to still call him Carl Weathers, but I'm slowly going to call him Grief, because we got to start getting these names into our mindset, into the zeitgeist of, it takes a little bit of time for those names to come through and get into the culture. But he goes and gets another mission, but then he starts asking about the kid again. And right there, you know that the writing is on the wall. He's going to go break him out because he doesn't want any harm to come to it. You can see that he was missing him. And there was a great scene in the middle of the episode where obviously we can't see his face, but the way that it was written and directed, you could tell that there was conflict there. And it's just his mask. You don't need dialogue. I wish Lucas had gotten that memo when he redid the end of episode 6, where Vader's kind of looking at Luke and looking at Vader. You don't need dialogue. You don't need to hear him say no. Just it's more. You can do it, and this episode shows us perfectly. You can do it without seeing a face, and we can understand what's going on in his mind. Am I going to go get the kid? And why not? I'm going to go get the kid. And then he turns off his ship and he goes and he breaks into the compound, destroys some of the stormtroopers, which was kind of cool. And then the call goes out. And it's kind of like John Wick, if you've seen John Wick 2, where it's kind of like they all get the call of like, oh, everybody's going to have to go after John Wick now. That kind of happens in this episode, where we're seeing Carl Weathers' Grief, sitting in the bar, and then his light goes off and everybody else's lights go off. We've got to take down Mando now. Oh my God. And he's on his way out. We can see his ship in the background, and then he's just surrounded by all of these bounty hunters that are like, we got to take you down. Carl Weathers is there, Grief. And it's a showdown. It's just like, I don't trust you to take the kid and then let me live. Obviously, he's got to shoot his way out. And then it happens. It happens. He starts fighting with them. He gets pinned down. And the big moment that catches everybody by surprise is that I thought maybe it was going to be Gina Carano's character, Cara, that was coming in to help him. But it's the rest of his band, Mandalorian friends. And you get this epic shot of like them all flying down in their jetpacks, firing at them, and there's like a swarm of them around all of them. And it's just a beautiful shot. Beautiful. That's Star Wars, man. And I was just like, in my live reaction. Okay, I'm hoping that my live reaction works. I haven't edited it yet, but if it does, I'll leave links to that up in the cards above, because I did a live reaction to it. Obviously, you can't see the show, but you'll be able to see my my live commentary, and to see my live reaction to it. I was not expecting it, man. I was kind of like, oh wow, it was just pure beauty. This series is gonna make a lot of Star Wars fans happy, because so far I haven't seen anything in it that made me go, wow, that's questionable. But how is this happening? No, there's nothing like that in this. It's just kind of like straightforward storytelling, and it's not trampling on anything so far. You know, it's not taking things and just poo-pooing them. What else stood out to me about this episode other than the ending? And we get to see a lot of them flying. And as I said before, one of them flies up beside him, and we get to see him say, I got to get me one of those. Yes. The episode ends with him flying away with the kid, and we don't know where they're going to go, but we know that the hunt is on for them. And I'm guessing that's going to be the remainder of this season. But just my final thoughts here was, what was good was that they established, okay, this happens after the fall of the Empire. There's no Empire. They talk about the New Republic, which is a good thing, because I thought that that's what would happen. Now, these stormtroopers, I'm not too sure where they have come from, because as we know from the episode 9 trailers, we see that there's an Imperial fleet that comes out of hyperspace from obviously being sent far, far out, way out in the outer rim or whatever. You know, just out of sight, out of mind kind of thing, and they come back. So we know that the Empire is still somewhere around, but not in this part of the universe, not this part of the galaxy. So it was good to see them address that. And it was kind of like, but where's the commander of these stormtroopers? Obviously, there's a brigade there, but I want to know who's commanding them, because it's not Werner Herzog, the client. He's just, I got the impression he was more like the middleman. And it was cool that they addressed that stuff, and it was nice to hear some of that stuff, because that's a lot of the questions that us hardcore fans would have going on in our minds. And it was nice to see them address that. And it was just a quick little scene, and that's all they needed to do. But I felt like that was pretty good. It was well handled. Other than that, I just can't wait to see what happens next. I can't wait till he gets his jetpack too. That'll be cool. And of course, we still haven't seen Gina Carano yet, Cara Dune. I'm really, really anticipating her. Other than that, what did you guys think? Let me know in the comments below. Was this your favorite episode so far? It's pretty high up there for me. The Mandalorian Chapter 3, The Sin, I'm going to give it a 9 out of 10. All right. Yeah, let me know in the comments below what you thought about it, and we'll talk about it. Okay, that's it. YouTube is recommending a video for you to watch right there, and you can see my latest one just right up here. Look in the playlist cards, guys. There's a playlist for you guys up there for The Mandalorian. It's all there for you. My name is James, and you're watching Mirror Domains. If you like what you've seen, hit that thumbs up button and subscribe.